Alrighty, so today we are going to be ranking and grading the One Piece live action actors based off of how I feel like they did in adapting their roles. Originally, this video was supposed to come out on Friday. I was supposed to do a God Valley video today, but I had tests and I needed a little bit more time to do a little bit more research on God Valley, so I switched it to, and that's why this video is here. Also, as you guys can see, S through F, they are the tiers that we're going to put them in, S being the best and Nick and I did a phenomenal job, and then F being I think they did a horrible job. Also, in the bottom right, I put some characters there that I don't think that they did, or that I'm not going to be including. It's not that I think they acted bad or anything, I just didn't feel like including them. Also, look, there's Sea King. Like, how do you want me to rank that? You can't. So we will be ranking and grading each and every one of the, I guess, important characters in the One Piece live action. But if you guys enjoy regular anime content, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a new video. With that, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's get into grading these actors. All right, the first character we're going to start out is with Nezumi. I'm going to put him as B. Not that I think he did bad or anything. I'd say B is probably the middle of the pack. I'd say that they did a decent job and that they were a perfect adaptation. I liked his actor. He was kind of annoying, which is what Nezumi is, and I like the fact that he tried to get over on Arlong, try to get more money out of him. I think he added a little bit of a twist to his character. And I feel like I'm going to be doing this for a lot of them. Just putting them in the middle of the pack, thinking that they did a good job of adapting. And the same thing, I believe this one is Bushi, or Butchie, I think that's how you pronounce it. I think that he did a decent job, like the scene with him and Sham fighting with Zoro. And I guess I might as well put Sham there as well. I don't think that they did anything that hindered the character, but I also don't think that they did anything to elevate it as well. Kabaji, oh man, this is probably going to be the first one that nothing wrong with his actor. I just think that, and maybe it's because of the different cuts that they had to do, I just feel like Kabaji did not get as much shine as he should have, and it didn't get a chance for his actor to really flesh out his character. Makino had actually a little bit of a bigger role than in the manga. I liked her actor. I liked that they made her be the one to explain Devil Fruits. I liked the different funny interactions that she had with Luffy. I just wish that in the live action they had her interact with Shanks a little bit more, especially because we believe that Shanks and her had a kid. I didn't really get as much chemistry between the two like I did in the manga. I liked Genzo. I liked his actor. I think that he did a really good job being the father figure for Nami, being the person that is, I guess you could say, in charge of the village, or the person that people look to whenever the village is in danger. I think that his actor did a good job in portraying both of those things. Neguma, another one that I think did good for what we saw. He was the bandit that was bullying Luffy and took him and got killed by the Sea King. Didn't think that he did anything out of the ordinary, but he also did a pretty good job in adapting his role. I know I said I was going to include kids, but Kuina is going to be the only one that I'm going to do, because this is the only time we actually see her on here. I'm gonna give her a D. You guys might not agree with me on this one. I feel like Kuina, that she did not show as much frustration, as much emotion as I would have liked her to see. The fact that she wants to be the world's strongest swordsman, and the fact that people label her as someone who can't, just because she's a woman, and the fact that she's still was going to attempt to try her best to become that, and how like pissed off she was at it. I didn't really get that. It just seemed like she wasn't necessarily as serious at wanting to become the world's strongest, in my opinion. Don Krieg, and it's nothing to do with his actor, it's just he got low div. All right, we barely saw this dude. I couldn't even really grade his acting, because the moment he showed up on screen, pulled out the cannon, shot at Mihawk, this dude was dead. This guy right here, Zeph, his actor did a great job of not only adapting who Zeph is, having the relationship with Sanji, but but we also learned a little bit more about him, and I think that he added a twist and made me remember more of why in the manga I only just like Zeph. I was like, oh, Zeph is cool, but like he genuinely became one of my favorite characters from the live action because of how well I think the actor elevated his character. Another person, Lucky Roo, we did not see much of. I mean, he doesn't really talk much anyway. I did like the fact that he beat the guy with meat. That was pretty interesting. Don't think that he did anything bad. Don't think that he did anything that stood out to me. Ben Beckman is another one that the live action did him dirty. I don't know. That ain't Ben Beckman to me. That's like a great value version of him. I mean, Ben Beckman's supposed to be one of the strongest. I mean, I guess he still is, but like one of the coolest looking, like just such a badass right hand man. And I don't really get that with him. All right. He just seems like a great value, Ben Beckman. Arlong, another character that like, I like this dude. If y'all don't know JD Legend, that dude is funny. When he was talking about Arquan and like Hood Ninja Arlong, like I mean, it was funny. I think it was funny that they added like the trap beat anytime Arlong popped up on the screen. I loved him. I loved how he talked about, gave that speech about Fishman, about equality. I think that he's another one that I thought Arlong was cool, but I think that he elevated Arlong's character even more. Kurobi, it was okay. Nothing really special about him. To me, I didn't think he hindered his character, didn't think he elevated him. Belmere, I'm putting her up there. I think her actor did a good job. I was sad when she died. I think she portrayed the emotion well for who Belmere is as a character, someone who is a Marine, someone that is a mother trying to scold her children. When she slapped Nami, I was like, dang, like she slapped her. And also, whenever she and Nami made up, when she had that emotional scene with her and Nojiko, I enjoyed her character. I liked him more than Kurobi, I'm not gonna lie. Especially whenever he was drinking the alcohol and Usopp hit him and he was like, oh, not in the face. Like, I feel like that scene with him and Usopp was better than the manga and anime, so I think Shu did a pretty good job with his character. Nojiko is another one that pissed me off in the live action. Has nothing to do, well, okay, I feel like I'm doing her dirty. Her actor was fine. Like, her actor was fine. I think she did a good job of acting, I guess you could say, or I should say actress because that's a woman. But I also feel like that them changing her character made me not really like the live action Nojiko a little bit. Her like spinning on the floor and like being against Nami for the entire time, that's just not who Nojiko is. And it's not the actress's fault that she had to act like that. I think I kind of gave her a poor rating in doing so. She's just following the script that was given to her. All right, for the memes, I was gonna put him in S, but I can't do that. He probably actually has more lines in the live action than in the anime, which is insane. I like anytime he showed up on the screen, literally he would just be there, like do like a smothering stare, flex the sword, and like have like one or two with little witty lines. I think his live action actor is perfect. Captain Morgan, I'm putting him in A tier as well. I don't think that the reason why I think S and A is a little bit different is because A, I think they were like perfect, spot on. Like, I like them slightly more than I did in the manga, but S is like something where like I like them a whole lot more in the live action than I do the manga. And I think that Captain Morgan was pretty good, became more of, I want to say, a memorable villain to me in the live action compared to the manga. And I think his actor did a pretty good job. Kaya, another one that I think her actress, that she elevated her character, made me kind of miss Kaya a little bit. I didn't really give a fluff about her and Usopp's relationship. If she never appeared in the series in the manga, I'd be like, all right, yeah, cool. But I also liked her, what she stood for, talked about wanting to give to others. And just because she was rich, and how her and Nami's like relationship changed and how Nami felt, that Kaya wasn't just this stuck up. I mean, she was never stuck up in the manga, but I just feel like they highlighted her being more down to earth in the live action. Captain Kuro, I don't know what it is. One Piece villains are already good, but the live action like elevated them so much more. I think the scene of like kind of like in the haunted house when he was talking about pissed off of constantly taking after Kaya, taking care of her. Like Kuro, he did his thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. Koby is another one. Now we just saw it. To me, it has nothing to do with his actor. I think his actor was good. I just think we just saw too much Koby. I don't really like Koby like that, but I do think that his actor did a good job being like this scared little boy, and you know, is growing into trying to be this strong and powerful Marine, standing up for what he believes is right. Alvida, another one we didn't really see much of her. I mean, we don't really see her much in the series anyway, but the little that we saw, I think she was faithful to Alvida, did a pretty good job. Helmeppo, bro, there's the scene when I mean to tell you, I could not stop laughing to other people's reaction, and mine as well. I was not expecting, well, I was expecting Helmeppo to like do some weird-ish with like Zoro's sword, but I was expecting him to be swinging two swords like Zoro was. If you know, you know. But like him being booty butt cheeks out, like what are you doing? But I could just see Helmeppo doing that stupid stuff. I think his actor did a great job. He was snotty, Snoopy. I don't even think Snoopy's a freaking word, but like thinking that everything is entitled to him. I really enjoyed Helmeppo. Goldie Roger, I mean, he wasn't really in there much. Thought he did okay. Wasn't great, wasn't perfect, but he was all right. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Gotta put Buggy. I'm not gonna lie, I think he's my favorite character in the One Piece live action, which is saying a lot. The scene, I think it was at the end of episode 1. I mean, they showed it in the manga, Buggy sitting like this, but him like having his leg over the arm of the chair, Buggy actually looked like a freaking villain. I liked how his actor showed emotion, how he put a little bit more of a darker twist on Buggy a little bit. The comedy was cool. I just think that he added to Buggy's character like 10 times. I love him. He was okay in the anime, but like I really loved him in the live action. Like I said, it's really hard to like differentiate between the character in that live action and the acting, because I don't feel like anybody's acting was bad, but like I just was not the biggest fan of Garp's character in this. Just like, I don't know, he was just weird. It felt kind of out of place for him to be here. I love how they put Shanks and Mihawk like right next to each other. It's interesting. But Shanks, I'm gonna put Shanks at the top of A. I don't know about you guys, but when we saw the trailer, I was kind of scared of Shanks' character. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, who is this? Ain't my Shanks. Similar to Ben Beckman, I was like, this ain't my Ben Beckman. But I feel like Shanks' actor did a good job being the mysterious type of guy. I like the accent that he had, and the different interactions of what we saw. I think he did a pretty good job. Mihawk's another one that I think the live action did him better. Mihawk is the type of guy that's very mysterious and is very to himself, doesn't really talk much. And in the live action, they had Mihawk talking some ish. When he was going against Zoro, he was like, croak, croak, croak. Like, bro, when has Mihawk ever talked ish like that? I know he does talk a little bit, talking about like he doesn't go all out when fighting a rabbit, but like I feel like in this one they made Mihawk more of a ish talker, and I just liked that we got a little bit more from him. I also liked seeing him actually take down the Krieg pirates. Really freaking cool. Whew, the ladies man, Sanji. I loved him in this. I liked the interaction with him as well. I didn't think that they were forced. I thought they were perfect. I liked seeing him being a ladies man and not being like the kind of cringy one at times in the anime. I also liked the scene of him and like Zeph, like I mentioned earlier, when they were going back and forth. That was like some of the best acting I've ever seen. Just them bickering and, you know, the father-son relationship. Also that scene with him talking to Nami at Arlo Park when he was like, hey Nami, and like he wanted a hug and she just ran past him. Reminded me of one of the guys at the high school. You know what I'm talking about, the where's my hug at type of person. If y'all do not know, I'm not the biggest fan of Usopp. I am really not. But oh no, Jacob, I think his name is Jacob Romero. Yeah, he made me actually like Usopp. The reason why I don't like him in the anime, at least pre-time skip, was I don't have a problem with him being weak. I don't even have a problem with him being a wimp, but he was like a cringy coward, like an unwatchable coward for me. But in the live action, he still seems like a likable guy, like still a cool character, even when he runs away and even when he lies. It's not to the point where I don't want to watch the series anymore. I think that Jacob did a really good job in elevating my love for Usopp. Alright, y'all know how I feel about Emily Rudd. Like I said, she'll probably never see this video again, and she's also, I think, 10 years older than me, but I do not care. That is yeah. I'm just saying, if she ever wanted to go on a date, I'd be down. If I met her IRL, I'm definitely getting down to one knee, propose around the spot. But we got Emily Rudd playing as Nami. I loved what she did to her character. Nami's already like a sassy girl, already like type of girl, right? Has a little fire to her, but like she added even more of a sassiness to her, added even more of a flair to her character, had some snarky remarks that I love. Roronoa Zoro, another one that is going in the S tier. He's my second favorite in the live action. Like I said, Buggy takes that spot. I love that they made him more edgy in the anime. I mean, he still has his little quips, still gets lost, still the Zoro we know and love, but I feel like they made him like 10 times more edgy than in the manga. And like, I like edgy characters, and I feel like Zoro has always been an edgy character, somebody that is more to himself, more reserved, and like doesn't really make jokes like that, just like he cuts people and keeps it moving. And I feel like McKinney did a really good job with that. I also loved how he used the three sword style. They didn't force him to use it in every single fight, but loved his sword play. I think the fight versus Mr. Seven is one of the best not just fights in the live action, but One Piece fights of all time. He's actually my least favorite of the Straw Hat crew. I do think that Iñaki did a fine job in Luffy's character, but there were other times where like I thought he was a little bit cringe, and in the manga and anime, I don't ever cringe at Luffy's moments. I think that most of them are either funny or when he's serious or cool, stuff like that. But I do think that Iñaki did a pretty decent job with Luffy. Lastly, Yasopp didn't really have much of a role, but I do know the one scene that I did like was when he ended up shooting off of like the pole and killing the guy. I thought that was really cool. I think that he did a okay job of Yasopp's character. But here is my list of the One Piece live action characters. Like I said, I'm not going to do the kids. I think they all did a pretty good job of adapting like younger versions of them. Overall, pretty happy with the cast. I think that most of them either met my expectations for how they're supposed to adapt the characters, or they either elevated them, and some of them are even some of my favorite characters like Buggy, like Usopp, and like Red Leg Zeph. But let me know how you guys feel about the One Piece live action actors and how they did in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video from my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. It's on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.